managed to nip out just a couple of hours. About half a pound of ragworm. I'm going to try drifting for some bass. I'm drifting down the River Stour at the moment. I'm on my first drift. About 16 and a half, 17 foot of water, and I'm just wondering, or trying to work out, am I going to drift with the wind which is taking me that way, or the tide which is now heading out that way. I think I'm just about, because of the canopy and thing on the boat, I'm being pushed by the wind, which is sort of the direction I want to go really. So here we go. I've just started my second drift, and look at this. Not a massive fish, but what has happened, he's hoovered both of my baits up. I thought I saw a knock on there, picked the rod up, tap tap tap, wasn't 100% sure, thought it had gone, and what it has done is get hooked twice. It's got both of my lines in there. Here's the first one. And the second one is going to be a bit deeper because obviously you swallowed that one first. Open up, mate, come on. Not going to get that one out, so it's a case of a lost hook for me. But what a start that is. Probably a 38, 39. Cracker. Straight back down, no fuss at all. Awesome. It's tricky because the wind is facing the boat in the wrong direction. Every good fisherman has something to blame. Water temperature, wind direction, tide time, bait. It's important to remember it's never ever the fisherman's fault. Fish aren't there, sun's too sunny, wind's too windy, rain's too wet. There's a yacht under motor coming at me right now. It's going to be fairly annoying if he gets any closer. I think I'm going over a little area of rough ground here because both rods are nothing on. There she is, beauty, look at that. Perfectly lip hooked as well. Not even going to bother measuring it. What's that? Calm yourself down, Petal, come on now. Come on, flower. Look at that. 30, something like that. Come on, calm yourself. Little donk on the side of the boat as she goes. Cracker. Rebait. Get back out there. I wonder if that was a first little tickle that I did feel. I think of another excuse why it's not my fault. I'm not flexible enough for something like that. Right, it's still in 17. This is actually a really nice drift. There's a big shelf here just before you get to the channel, and it's taken me just straight along that shelf. This will be an interesting little game, trying to work out what's a bite and what's not a bite. That's that little cruiser that's went past me. Made an educated decision as I pointed at him to veer away. Wise choice. one's just taken off. I've literally just stopped, put the other rod in. This one just screamed off. Looks like a decent fish, actually. It's come straight up on the surface. You can see the weed is the problem on my line. You'll note there another fisherman's excuse. I don't think I needed a net for it. It's not as big as I thought. But that's a cracking little bit of sport there. Get that weight on that bait table. Yeah, I wouldn't have needed a net for it, to be honest, but not a bad little fish that. I'll take that all day long. Back she goes. That wasn't in the water long. I literally just had time to set my other rod up, saw it go bang bang, and it started taking line. Woohoo! But because I'm getting nice and close to that mark, I'm going to put a fresh worm on, or at least check this one, and make sure there's no weed on it, because I cannot honestly believe that's happened. There was a little fish on there, I just didn't feel it. And when I pulled the weight off the bottom, that must have just surfaced back there, because it's just come in. Well, there's a fish. Just as I approach that mark as well. Interesting. So this one I'm using basically the most simple rig. The idea is you've got a running lead that sits on the bottom. I've got a bead there that's just protecting the knot going to a swivel, and then a hook length with a circle hook on the end. Idea being, the weight stays where it is and the fish has no resistance, so all it's doing is going to be moving that rod tip so you can see that bite. The least resistance you can have, and this takes you back to your sort of your teenage float fishing days, the less resistance, the less feel that this is got something weird on it, the more likely the fish are to hook up. All opinions expressed are my own views. Take them or leave them. But they've worked for years. And on this one it's something slightly different, although the result's the same. This one I've got a running hook length, bead to bead, probably about, I don't know what's that, half a metre of line where that can go, and it's going onto a solid set weight at the bottom. That's on whatever, 30 centimetres of line. Both showing just about the same results. Maybe this one's showing a little bit better for the bass. So that could be because of the rod. This one's got a slightly softer tip. Therefore I can see the bite slightly better. I say slightly softer tip. This is a 7 to 30 gram lure rod. That's a big old 20 class with a Shimano Charter Special. Hopefully the chap there in the old gym palace is going to realise what I'm doing here. Oh yeah, there we go, he's just moving course now. Good old boy. Slight change of attack here. I've moved down into the Orwell. Hello. Moved down into the Orwell, and I've dropped an anchor and I'm sitting in 15 foot of water. Just had a knock on this one. I've only been here first cast swap. 5 minutes. Just enough time to get the old ragworm sun cream out, get that job done. And either something's just nicked worm off that. So I've only got what? 7, 8 worms left, 7, 8 casts left. Yeah, just coming off stealing the tails. Let's go to plan B. Don't know what plan B is yet, or if I've used it. That's fish. Yeah. Classic little Orwell schooling. Little tiny school bass then. Lovely. Here we go, look. Tap, 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 straight away. Well, not straight away. Just watch the barge go by. Get us on. Oh, use your drag. Tell you what, lucky to have that. If I've got it. I'd have been gutted if I'd lost that one because that is poor fishing by me. Completely missed the drag. Another little Orwell schoolie. Yep, that's it. Come on, Meg. Oh, no way. Oh, thank God for that. I thought that just kicked. I don't know why I'm getting so frustrated. I know I'm getting frustrated. Because if you can't catch these little ones, and you can't perfect your technique on these little fellas, you'll never do it when you get a big one. That's why I'm getting frustrated. But I thought that just gave a little kick and ran away. Ding dong. Tiny little tails of rag on each one. But there you go. Ah, yes. Oh. What a bite that was. Ah, yeah, boy. Look at that tiny little bit of rag. Just a bit of tail. And the bite that thing's just given. Look at it, size of it. What's it, 20 centimetres? Bah, just slapped me in the face. Little tiny schoolie bass has just taken off. And what finish that is. Oh, and it's throwing the ragworm all over me. Might use that again, not joking. I'm going to use that again actually. But what an afternoon that's been. 3 hours. Couldn't tell you how many I've caught. But what sport that is. Crack. Okay, pal. I'll use that little rag again. Glad I came out. I can see you again.